I am at the train station today to see my younger sister. I have not seen her in 28 years. She does not know I am here. I did not come to talk to her. I did not come to stop her. I only came to see her once from far away. That is what I told myself this morning. But now I am sitting on this bench, and my hands are not calm. I think I am more afraid than I want to admit. 3 days ago, I heard something I was not ready to hear. I was outside the grocery store when Mrs. Green smiled and said, "Your sister is coming this Saturday. She will arrive by train in the afternoon." She said it like it was normal, like it was small. But for me, it was not small. I did not answer her. I only nodded and went home. I sat in my kitchen for a long time. I did not turn on the light. I just sat there and thought about one thing. Anna is coming back. I have not said her name in many years. It still feels strange in my mouth. A train passes on the other side of the station, and I look up quickly. My heart moves fast for a second. But it is not her train. Not yet. I take a slow breath and look at the floor. The last time I saw Anna, she was standing at the door of our house. She had a small bag in her hand. She wanted to leave. She wanted a different life. Our mother was very sick at that time, and the house felt heavy and quiet. I was tired. I was angry. I was afraid. And I said something I should never have said. I closed my eyes for a moment. I've lived with those words for almost 30 years. Now I am here, waiting, not to change the past, just to see her, and maybe to see if she still looks at me the same way. I look at the clock again. 12 minutes. I still have time to leave. For a moment, I think about it. I imagine myself standing up, walking out of the station, and going back home before her train arrives. Maybe that would be easier. Maybe it would be better to keep her only in my memory. But then, I think of her face. Not the face she has now, the face she had when we were young. Anna was always different from me. She laughed more easily. She talked about places she wanted to see. She wanted a life bigger than our little town. When we were girls, I used to smile at that. I liked hearing her dreams. But everything changed when our mother got sick. At first, Anna tried. She really did. She cooked meals. She cleaned the kitchen. She sat by our mother's bed at night and held her hand when the pain was bad. For a while, we were together in it. Then the days became heavy. Every morning felt the same. Medicine, silence, worry, bills, dishes, bad news, no rest. Our house stopped feeling like a home. It felt like a room where life was waiting to end. I think that was when Anna began to change. She still helped, but something inside her was pulling away. Sometimes I saw her standing by the window, looking outside like she could already see another life from there. One night, she said very softly, "I cannot breathe in this house anymore." I remember those words clearly. At the time, I thought they were cruel. Now I think they were honest. She was not saying she did not love our mother. She was saying she was disappearing. A train passes on the far track, and I lift my head too fast. Not her train. My chest hurts anyway. Back then, I did not understand Anna. All I understood was this. She wanted to leave, and I was the one who would stay. The more I think about that night, the more I understand how tired we both were. but understanding something now does not change what happened then. It was late. Our mother was upstairs, asleep at last after a long day of pain. The kitchen light was still on. I remember that light very well. It was too white, too hard. It made everything look cold. Anna came into the kitchen with a small bag in her hand. I looked at it first. Then I looked at her face. And somehow, before she even spoke, I knew. She was leaving. Not next month, not one day, not after things got better. That night. She put the bag near the door and said, "I have a place to stay. I will take the early train in the morning." She said it quietly, almost like she was afraid to say the words too loudly. I stood there and stared at her. I wanted to ask, "How long have you planned this?" I wanted to ask, "Why did you not tell me before?" I wanted to say, "Please do not leave me here alone." But none of those words came out. What came out was anger. Ugly, fast anger. I said, "So that is it? You just walk away while I stay here with everything?" Anna's face changed at once. She looked hurt, but she also looked tired of being hurt. "I cannot do this anymore," she said. "I am sorry, but I cannot." That should have been the moment when I listened. It should have been the moment when I saw that she was breaking too. But I did not. I stepped closer and said the words that have lived inside me ever since. "If you leave this house now, do not come back." Even here, in this station, after all these years, I can still feel the silence that came after that. Anna looked at me for a long time. I think she was waiting. Maybe waiting for me to stop her. Maybe waiting for me to say I did not mean it. But I said nothing. A sound comes from the speaker above me, pulling me back to the present. My eyes go to the board. Her train is now 5 minutes away. And for the first time today, I ask myself something I have tried not to ask for 28 years. What if she really believed me? 5 minutes, then 4. I keep looking at the board even though the time changes slowly. My hands are cold now. I rub them together, then stop. I do not want to look nervous. I do not even know why that matters. No one here is watching me. No one knows that an old woman is sitting on this bench, waiting to see the sister she lost almost 30 years ago. A little girl walks past me, holding her father's hand. She is talking quickly, pointing at the tracks, asking questions only children can ask, without fear. Her father smiles and answers everyone. For a moment, I think of Anna as a little girl. She used to ask me everything. Why is the moon bigger some nights? Why do birds leave in winter? Do you think people can begin again? That last question comes back to me now, and it hurts in a different way. At the time, I think I would have said yes. Then life happened, and I stopped believing in new beginnings. A train horn sounds in the distance. This time, no one needs to tell me. I know it is hers. The people around me begin to move. Some stand, some pick up bags. A young man checks his phone. An older couple steps closer to the edge of the platform. The station feels different now, like the air itself is waiting. I stand up too. For 1 second, I almost sit down again. What am I doing here? I told myself I only came to see her, but that was the safest version of the truth. The deeper truth is harder to say. I came because I could not bear the idea of her coming back to this town and leaving again, without knowing that I was still here, still sorry, still carrying that night inside me. The train begins to slow as it enters the station. The sound fills the air, loud and heavy. My heart is beating so hard that I press one hand against my coat. One door opens, then another. People begin to step down. A man in a dark jacket, a woman with 2 bags, a student with headphones. I search every face, and then I see her. Older, of course, softer in some ways, stronger in others. She takes 2 steps onto the platform and looks around. And before I can decide whether to hide or move, her eyes meet mine. For a moment, neither of us moves. The station is still full of sound. People are walking, talking, pulling bags behind them. Somewhere close to me, a child is crying. A voice comes from the speaker above us, but all of that feels far away. I only see Anna, and she only sees me. She does not smile. She does not turn away either. She just stands there with one hand on the handle of her bag, looking at me like she is trying to place me inside the many years that now stand between us. I feel my throat tighten. This is the moment I feared, not the train, not the waiting. This. Her face is older now, but her eyes are the same. I know those eyes. I have remembered them for half my life. I do not walk to her right away. I'm afraid that if I move too fast, I will break something small and quiet that is happening between us. So I stay where I am. And then, slowly, Anna walks toward me. She stops a few feet away. For a second, I think maybe she will say nothing. Maybe she will only look at me and leave me with my punishment. Instead, she says my name, Rose. No one has said my name like that in a very long time. My eyes fill with tears before I can stop them. I shake my head once like I am ashamed of them, but it is too late. I only came to see you, I say. I did not want to make things harder. Anna looks down for a moment, then back at me. I almost did not come to this town at all, she says. I nod. Somehow, that does not surprise me. I am sorry, I tell her. The words come out small, but they are real. I was tired. I was angry. But I was wrong. I should never have said what I said. Anna's mouth trembles a little. She looks like someone holding a door open inside herself, not knowing if she should close it again. I believed you, she says softly. All these years, I believed you. That hurts more than I expected because I know she is telling the truth. I take one careful step closer. I know, I say, and I have carried that with me every day. She looks at me for a long moment. Then, without another word, she lets go of her bag and opens her arms. When I hold my sister again, I do not feel the years disappear. I feel them all. But for the first time, they do not stand between us. Above us, the station is still moving, full of strangers, noise, and trains that come and go. But inside that small, quiet moment, something returns. Not the past, not the life we lost. Just this, a way back. Sometimes people do not stop loving each other. Sometimes they only stop talking. A few angry words can create many years of silence. Pride can grow. Pain can grow too. And after some time, both people may think it is too late. But this story reminds us of something important. If love was real before, maybe a way back is still possible. Not every wound heals fast. Not every broken relationship becomes the same again. But one honest moment, one apology, and one open heart can begin something new. Sometimes the door is not fully closed. Sometimes someone is still waiting on the other side.